Hey, what's up, guys? Timo Paints, and today we're going to talk about painting a garage, the proper primer to use, and all that stuff. So stick around, don't go anywhere. Okay. All right, welcome back. So before we get into the video, I do want to say if you're interested in starting your own paint business, I have a free estimating sheet, and I'll leave it linked in the description below, as well as my paint course. Will also be in the pinned comment. So with that being said, let's paint this garage. So today we're going to talk a little bit about the different products that we used on this garage because it is raw sheetrock. It does have some mud work done, the tape lines and everything. So that was done prior to us coming. The client hired me to come do the garage because he just moved in and he wants to kind of turn the garage into like a shop. Eventually on a later date, we're going to come back and we're actually going to do the floor. But this day here, we're priming it. So what you're looking at now is I'm spraying on primer using a fine finish tip. We're spraying a PVA, a Kills PVA, a Kills brand PVA primer. What a PVA primer is, it's a cheaper alternative to using like your standard primer. It's a little more thin than your standard latex primer, but what this does is it seeps down into the pores and really seals it up to accept paint. It's very important that you do not skip this step when painting raw sheetrock, because if you do, what'll end up happening is it's not going to stick, it's going to peel and bubble. Another thing I want to mention is when you are painting this raw sheetrock, make sure you go through and you sand down all these tape lines, because what's going to end up happening is you're going to have these edges, these really big fat edges, and it's not going to be attractive at all. It's really going to look bad. And then you're going to try to go back and sand it, and then you're going to start getting into flashing and everything. So first thing you want to do when you're doing one of these interior garages like this is go through, sand down all the tape lines using either a block. They have these sanding blocks that fit nicely in your hand. Use that because it allows you to adjust the pressure and you could really grind down that mud. That stuff sands down really easily. It's really a light material and it makes a big mess. So make sure your ground is wrapped and you have a way to contain the dust, because it's going to make quite a bit of mess while you're doing that. But it's a very important stage. Not to mention, once you're done sanding it down, take a broom, maybe like a soft bristle push broom, and start at the top of the wall and push all of that dust down and let the dust settle, and then do it again. Because if any of the dust from you sanding is trapped beneath this primer, it's not going to be able to do its job completely, and ends up happening is the paint is going to fail. It's not going to fail because it's going to have some grainy sand type particles behind it. So if you can take away anything from this video, just make sure that you always sand all of your tape lines. And by tape lines, it's obvious, it's these tape lines here. The edges of the lines will always be raised up off of the sheetrock, and you want to eliminate that. So always sand, always dust twice before you prime, and then prime and back roll. And back rolling is really important, especially with raw materials, because what it does is it pushes the material into the substrate and gives it a good solid tooth, a bond to the material. So hey, if this video helped you guys out, don't forget, give me a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button so you see more of these videos. And if you guys are thinking about starting your own paint business, check the links out. Top ones in the description and in the pinned comment. And I'll see you guys in the next video.